Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommies Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome! Today's episode is number 351, titled, How to Overcome Homework Battles. Now that we're all about to end the first official quarter of the new school year, we are well in tune to the rhythm, or lack thereof, of our children's homework habits. I know that in my family of raising 8 kids, we usually start out strong with a solid back-to-school homework routine. But once the new school year gains momentum and my kids become involved with their sports, music, and other extracurricular clubs, keeping on top of homework gets increasingly more challenging. I receive dozens of emails from Mighty Mommy listeners asking for tips and guidance on how they can overcome daily homework battles and keep the school year humming along peacefully. Because I'm in the same boat as many of you, today I'll share my best tips for overcoming the homework blues and instead creating more homework harmony. First, try to regroup with a set schedule. Most kids function best with structure. During those first couple of weeks of school, we have wonderful intentions of getting organized every night for the following school day by getting backpacks ready, choosing outfits, making lunches, having an earlier bedtime, and, of course, staying on top of homework assignments. Then we hit the ground running with trying to weave in our kids' new after-school scheduled events and activities and our own work commitments on top of keeping our household in order. Whether you started the new school year out strong with a solid schedule or are simply floundering now because you didn't establish one at all, it's okay. Take a deep breath and regroup. Your entire family will benefit from knowing that a certain time every day is reserved for studying and doing homework. So call your kids together tonight and tell them that you want to help ease their homework frustrations by sticking to a particular time each day for homework and studying. Even for the kids who are not easy to cajole into getting their work done, the predictability of a schedule keeps distracted kids in a routine and will also minimize you as the parent from losing your patience and your sanity because you'll all be working with these set expectations. Number 2, get organized. One helpful tool my children's schools provide is a yearly planner. If your school doesn't provide a homework planner, invest in one of your own. The key with a planner is actually using it. This means, as a parent, carving out 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of each school week with your child and reviewing what was assigned. Our schools post nearly everything on the school website, so I visit that frequently. And then if I have any questions about any of my kids' assignments, I have something to go to. For many distracted children, deciding what to do first during homework time is a major source of tension. Encourage your child to prioritize assignments in the order in which they should be done before beginning the homework session. He should start with one that's not too long or difficult, but avoid saving the longest or hardest assignments for last. Number 3, figure out the best time of day to tackle the assignments. After a long day of school, possibly after school extracurricular activities or a sports practice, coming home from school to dive into a couple hours of homework can be overwhelming for a kid, and sometimes, it's not possible. We faced this scenario in our family more times than I can count. So we finally tried changing it up, and 3 of my kids decided they'd like to do homework in the early morning before school rather than at night. Now, this definitely requires discipline on the student's part as well as the parent, and doesn't necessarily work for all assignments, such as a lengthy book report or a time-involved science project, for instance. But for routine chapter work and things of that nature, it can offer certain learners some advantages. For instance, my kids who like to study early in the morning, they can come home after their sports or music practice, unwind with dinner and a hot shower, watch a favorite TV program, and then head to bed early. Getting to bed early gets them the sleep that they need, and then they're more focused in the early morning to tackle their homework. Create a buddy system list. One of my favorite tips is from a teacher my oldest daughter had many years ago, and that was to set up a buddy system list at the beginning of the school year. This list would contain the names and phone numbers and emails of a few classmates that they can call on when they forget an assignment. If your child can't find a particular worksheet, for instance, or information for what should be studied on a quiz, or just forgets which chapter she's supposed to read for the class the next day, your child can then reach out to someone on her buddy list and get the necessary information. I can't tell you how many times this system has saved one of my kids from wasting precious hours of time and worry because they can quickly text or call someone on their list and retrieve the missing info that they need. Another tip is to maximize with your kitchen timer. If you have a procrastinator in the mix like I do, actually, I admit I fall into this category myself, you may need to take other measures to motivate your child to actually get started on his first assignment of the night. For this purpose, I love the kitchen timer. Once your child has all his work materials ready to go, make a game out of getting started by racing against the clock. Set your kitchen timer for 10 or 15 minutes and have him see how much he can complete before the timer goes off. Just be sure to remind him that although it's a fun race, you still expect quality work. Have extra textbooks on hand. 2 of my kids are extremely forgetful. Although we review their homework planners and routinely have written and other reminders on hand, they both seem to struggle with remembering to bring certain textbooks and study guides home. Having a spare set of textbooks at home can improve your child's homework habits and studies. So reach out to your child's school team to see if you can obtain an extra set for the school year so that your child will never be without them. Another tip, talk it up. If you have a child who doesn't like to share too much information, and we all know how that goes, you may need to get yourself into the habit of asking supportive questions that can help your child think through an assignment and break it down into small workable chunks. Be available for assistance and to help when needed, but I like to establish early on that this is their homework, not mine, and I'm not going to be doing it for them. Ask your child specific questions so that you know she understands the assignment and what is expected of her, such as, "Hey, Casey, do you understand the assignment? What's going to help you that you're going to need to complete it on time? Do you have everything that you need to get this done? Casey, how can I support you with this assignment?" Remember, this is your child's homework, not yours. Sometimes it's simply helpful to have a parent in the nearby vicinity of where your child is doing his homework so that he feels supported and not alone. One of my sons does much better with homework when I'm in the kitchen making dinner because it gives him a sense of comfort and I can reinforce him when he's doing a good job. "You finished 2 chapters and you only have 1 to go, Brendan. Keep at it. You're doing a super job." Another tip that I love are homework clubs. If your child's school has an after-school homework club, take advantage of this opportunity. Our school offers a homework club 3 days a week, and a late bus is provided as well, so that parents who work don't need to worry about transportation home for their child. Homework clubs offer a structured environment in the school setting with a teacher on hand who can help answer questions and keep them on track. This also helps to eliminate parental struggles at home if the assignments or bulk of them can be done in school rather than at home. Show positive support. It's important to show your kids that you think homework is important. There's no question, though, that homework each night can become a burden, especially when parents have had long days too, keeping the household going or running home after a day at work, and now dinner has to be made, your pets need to be cared for, carpools need to be run. All of that factors in. If your kids see you acting frazzled about the homework, though, then they in turn will feel uptight about it. And for kids with learning disabilities, and I have a couple of those too, it's even more difficult to help them stay on task without getting frustrated at the end of the day when all of you are tired. So when you do implement your child's homework routine, do it with a calm, encouraging manner to keep unnecessary anxieties at bay. And do be in contact with your child's teacher on a regular basis, and not just until the grades come out to discover that there's a problem. If there's a difficulty with a particular subject, stay in contact with that teacher and work out a plan to assist him or her throughout the semester. When your child knows that you're communicating with school, he or she is likely more apt to give his or her studies a more serious effort, and the school's going to know that you're all on the same page. How do you manage homework in your household? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy or post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page. You can also email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. I hope some of these tips will help ease your family's burden with homework. As always, thanks for listening, and until next time, happy parenting.